Moon Knight, the series is done, and I gotta tell you, I still want more. I was really worried that they weren't going to be able to cover all of the things that I said needed to be covered, and they did. They covered everything. It was a great episode. It was a satisfying ending. I thought it was going to be crammed with stuff because they had so much stuff to cover still, but they did it. It was great. A lot of properties get left in the hand of Marvel / Disney. They're in good hands. This is one of them. They covered everything I was hoping for. The return. Let's start with this before spoilers. Let's start with this. So Mark is shot in the chest. Bam, bam. They pour buckets of bullets in Mark. So, he's dead. But if you think about it, when he becomes the fist of Khonshu, he was dead anyway, and he just became a mummy, Blade is a vampire. Morbius is a vampire. They're walking around. Mark is kind of a living mummy. He gets wrapped in the mummy garb, and that's when his superpowers come to him. But normally he's basically a dead dude walking around. But he kind of feels things too, so I don't know about that. But he was dead before, because Khonshu asked him, do you want to live and become my fist? And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll live. So there's that. So Khonshu is rescued. Mark is brought back to life, and he has to knuckle up with Hammond and Ammit, because Ammit shows up and she's tripping. She's straight tripping. So, man, this was good. They really need, I heard there wasn't going to be a second season, but they really need to do another season. This was good. Now, it's hard to talk about it without getting into spoilers, so I'm going to warn you right now, spoilers. Not heavy spoilers, but definitely spoilers. Khonshu comes back. They bring Khonshu back. They revive Mark, bring him back from the land of the dead. They explain the psych ward and what was going on in there. It's mostly in his head. They explain that. They defeat Ammit, who is a crazy, powerful alligator hippo lion chick who is sucking the souls out of people, and it's giving her more power. She's powerful enough because she's Anubis's sidekick. She works for Anubis. Anubis is the god that wields all the power, and she just kind of feeds off of the souls that are unworthy. She eats them. So she's she's God, but she's kind of a demigod because she works for another god. And Khonshu is a real god, but she's more powerful than him because she's sucking life into her. As soon as she comes out, she starts draining people. So she's crazy dangerous. They defeat Hammond, which was kind of satisfying because he was putting a beating to both of them. He was fighting Mark, and he was fighting Steven, he was fighting Moon Knight, and he was fighting Mr. Knight, and he was fighting both of them. Apparently, he has superhuman strength and is invulnerable to damage because he got thrown through a building and was like, and, dusted himself off and got back up and started fighting again. So I'm like, wow. Layla becomes the female version of a superhero in the comic books called the Scarlet Scarab. Scarlet Scarab is a dude in the comic books, but the MCU, they will take a ethnicity, they will take a man and make a woman. They'll take a person who is one ethnic race and change it to something else. They'll do that for the benefit of the story. It doesn't take away from the story, but they do it if it will add something to the story, if they need to change it or tweak it so it works in a certain way. And they do that with the Scarlet Scarab. They make Lila. She's a superhero, basically. She says that she's gonna be, wanted to watch Avatar, but she says only temporary. But a kid speaks to her and says, "So are you Egypt superhero?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I'm thinking she's gonna stay doing that job, but she's pretty powerful. She's pretty tough, but she's a version of a character that already exists called the Scarlet Scare, which is cool to see new characters being formed. The whole episode was good. Now here comes the big spoiler. If you don't want the big spoiler for the ending, then look away, man, look away. But if you're still here with me, then it's cool. So let's jump in. Jake Lockley. Everybody surmised that Jake Lockley is the true murderer of the Mark Trinity, right? Mark, Steve, Jake. Mark was a mercenary. Steven in the comics was a rich dude, but now he's not. And Jake was a cab driver. He's got like a limo. He drives a limo. And he's a straight up murderer. He does not mind the blood. And he, according to the ending, is the one that Khonshu really wanted. He's the personality that Khonshu really latched on to. And Mark was useful. Steven was in the way. And Lila was just nothing. He didn't really want her. That was just a psych for Mark to get him to do things. So he really wanted Jake. Now he's got Jake. So that it was good. It explained a lot. It brought all of these things that were like open-ended questions that I had from the last episode. Closed all of it perfectly. It didn't feel rushed. Had some good fights. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Because I like a fight in the movie. I like the ultra violence. I like it when somebody gets the business, and they got it in this movie. A lot of people did. Something that got me though, Jake does the killing, but Mark has killed people too. And Mark won't kill for Khonshu. He'll kill to get himself out of danger. He'll kill if he needs to, but he won't kill for Khonshu, which was, I'm thinking you're killing people anyway, dude. I mean, if they take you to jail and they give you the death penalty because you killed a guy, you're getting the same death penalty if you kill 2 guys or 3 guys or 5 guys. They can only kill you once. So what does it matter if you need to kill somebody else? Because Khonshu said it. He's like, oh no, now my moral obligations kick in and I don't want to kill anybody else. You've been murdering people for the whole season. But, it is what it is. I would give Moon Knight, the entire series, especially this last episode, 10 bags of popcorn. Extremely rare. Unicorn-like rare. But 10 bags of popcorn, man, because this was done so well, and I thought it was gonna be a terrible version of a Batman, but they took it in a completely different direction. The writers, the brains over there at Marvel/DC, they know what they're doing. They gotta be comic book guys. This was a great story. And I would give it 10 bags of popcorn. But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? And you had a chance to look at the video, let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.